Someone have marriage issues, you are telling her, go and buy beautiful lingeries, have your bath at night, look sexy. Is that the cause of the issue? What's the root cause? What is responsible? You can transfer your trauma to your children. When I was in therapy, it was like 20-something years after my mom had died.
Okay.
And I was crying like my mom just died.
You mean that affected you for that long?
I didn't know. This is that I'm saying to you now. If it were before, I would become very emotional. I won't be able to deal with it.
So does it mean that a wound cannot heal until it's addressed?
Yes, that's what it means.
So that thing we used to believe about time heals. Time
will heal, but it's when you come to terms with it that you realize that it has not really healed.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Soluchi. Welcome to the Soluchi and CJ podcast, where faith meets with real talk on love, relationship, marriage, and life. Whether you are single, dating, married, or just trying to figure things out, we're here to help you grow, heal, and build a Christ-centered life that you would love. Today's episode is going to be an amazing one because we're going to talk about how you deal with emotional healing. Before I introduce my guest, a very special person, I would really like for her to introduce herself. And I'd like for you to get ready because there are several people out there who live with emotional wounds without even knowing it. Today, we have someone in the house that is a professional that knows how to spot that. And all you need to do is to get your pen and your paper, pay keen attention so you can also get healing and help that your brother or sister that might need healing too. And then your marriage will be beautiful and successful. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us today. I really appreciate your coming. I feel so honored to have you in the house. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you, Soluchi. Thank you for having me. It's indeed a pleasure.
Thank you, Ma. And coming here, how was that? I know it was a little difficult finding this place, but
all in all, it's all good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Fine,
You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
Please, I'd like you to introduce yourself. Let our guests know who you are and what you do before we just dive into some of the conversation of today.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Yetunde Famadewa. I am a counselor, a therapist. I am a member of International Hope Alive Counselors Association, an offshoot of Mount Joy College in Canada. I'm also a former informed care therapist. We deal mainly on issues of, the emotions, which we help people identify their emotional challenges and help them to overcome all of these challenges, because a lot of people really do not know the weight of the emotional wounds that they carry.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when people come into therapy and we help by kind of investigation.
Okay.
It is the information you made available that you are able to get help from. Because I have seen people who come for therapy and they are still not honest. They're still holding back. Your counselor, your therapist, will only be able to help you as much as you are able to give the information about your issues and your challenges.
Okay.
And to be honest, everybody can benefit from therapy. Everybody. Okay. You don't have to experience a meltdown or depression or emotional challenge or mental health issues. You don't have to get to that level before you seek help, before you seek therapy. Therapy, help people in their everyday lives, their career, their businesses, their family, in their marriage, So that's just about all that we do, really.
Okay. More like everyone needs
everyone
therapy.
Can benefit from therapy.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Okay.
Everyone, because in the course of doing life, we have experienced one emotional hurt or the other.
Exactly.
It might just degree might just be might just vary from your background to the other. Like they say, if you buy a carton of milk now, you see some bent, some dented, because in the process of carrying from one point to another, one of it can just fall.
That's true.
And it will get a dent. It should be emotionally and physically available for their children. Let your children have a safe space for them to interact with you and be able to tell you anything. Because in this life, only you can protect your child.
Oh, yeah.
In my place where I come from, they said 10 eyes cannot be like your own eye. Do you know? If I bring your eye and I bring his eye, I bring that eye, none can be exactly like my eye. So it's only a parent who knows how to look after his own or her own children. So when you give your children, rooms, makes yourself available for them to be able to share anything, tell you anything, the level of the abuse they will be exposed to will be so minimal. Abuse, neglect makes children susceptible to all of these dangers out there. Rape, peer pressure. Do you understand? Some children, they are from very good homes. Have you not heard of children of pastors children who becomes drug users, who become prostitutes because of peer pressure? It's not because I hear people say most of the time pastors' children always do this, always do that. No, it is because they were neglected. They yearned for love. They yearned for attention. They yearned for care. They were not given. Recently I was watching a movie where they were talking about how a pastor neglected his family and was going from one state to another for crusade, for revival, for all of that. And the son, wanted, Daddy, I want to tell you something. Well, I don't have time. I'm studying my Bible. I have program tomorrow. Mommy, I want to do this. See your father. The children were neglected. Eventually, the son become a drug user. The daughter too, lost her joy because there's no joy in her home. So those kind of people, they are very susceptible to abuse, to influence, negative influences, because every one of us need love. Every one of us yearn for love. Do you understand? So that's when abuse comes in. And all of these childhood abuses is what children carry to their adult life and become a part of them. Whatever it is that will come as adults, they are product of our childhood. Do you understand? They are product of our childhood. Whatever you see people do, go check where they are from. Go check the family they come from, the life they've lived. And people bottle up a lot of issues. Some people have been raped, but they have not shared. Even their parents don't know they were raped. They just live with it. And they go into marriage with that. That's why you see people come into marriage. You say, she's responsible. She's a Christian. She's a believer. She's this, she's that. She'll make a good wife. And you'll see eventually the husband will have problem.
Yeah.
Not because she's bad. Not because it could be in the place of the bedroom. Because of the impact of the traumatic impact of the rape.
Yeah. That is still unhealed.
She finds it very difficult to connect emotionally. If you ask her, do you love your husband? She'll say, I do. But then she hasn't really come to terms with her trauma, her abuse.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we're into it already. I'd like for you to, what are emotional wounds and how does it show up in people's life, especially in their marriage and relationship? Because there are several people who are actually carrying these wounds and have no idea. So first of all, I think we need to identify what they are so that we can at least know. If you have it, then you'll say, okay, if I'm feeling like this, maybe I need to see someone, maybe I need to talk, But I believe there are several people who don't even know. So please, what are the things that we can see and say, these are emotional wounds? And then how does it show up in people's life, in their marriages and in their relationship?
I think I've said quite a few of it. Like we said, it's emotions. They are not physical. Like I always say, emotional wounds are more damaging than the wounds that bear blue. The one the scar you see, sometimes, you have the injury and you get healed and you move on from there.
And it's healed.
But emotional wounds, they are not visible. And if you have not come to terms, if you have not sought help, and you have been helped to identify that this is a damage in your life, you will not know. You just find out that you are always angry. You find out that things that ordinarily will not move other people, you just flare up.
Okay.
You get triggered and you wonder, so why? And people look at you, they say, this person is not gentle, it's not nice, it's not calm, it's always angry. Those are byproduct of one emotional wound or the other. Like a guy who who, okay, I saw a story of a young man who had a close friend. The friend got married, had good life and all of that. And the friend was wondering, why is it that you are not even talking about marriage at all? He said, no, I don't want to get married. Why? He said, don't forget it. So the friend, prevailed on him for a while, and then he decided to open up. He said, I don't want any lady to suffer the sins of my mother.
Okay.
He said, when I was young, my mom left me and my dad. Maybe I had a sibling, I can't remember. Left them and followed another man. Even before she left, she showed his dad, a lot of stuff. And he thinks that all women are like that.
Okay.
We should even thank God for somebody like that who have identified this,
Yeah.
and is not willing to inflict that pain on another, because he knows that he's still healing. He said, one woman out there is going to suffer from my mother's sins.
Okay.
That's why.
So he's planning to take a revenge on the wife?
No, that's why he's saying he's not going to get married. That's why he says he's not going to get married. But others will not be that intentional, about it. They will just go into marriage, and then
they can't deal with the woman.
Yeah, they will treat their wife like it's their mom.
And like she wants to
aren't you all the same? Aren't you all the same?
Always seeing her like she wants to run away.
Exactly. She's going to leave me one day. She's going to hurt me. She's not trustworthy. I can't rely on this person.
Oh my God.
Because of the baggage, the emotional baggage that
Please, ma.
he's coming with.
I like to interrupt you here because I want you to highlight on something.
All right.
There are two things I like for you to talk about. There is this set of people who believe that, you see this particular thing, at this point, don't you dare me. It might not even be that they're always angry, but there is this particular aspect of their life that is like, this is a no for me. Okay? And when it gets to that point, some people can say, if somebody tries this in a relationship, they're enemy. It's not necessarily that the thing is bad, but you just feel that this is their height.
It's trauma.
Then there is another set. This one is, I've seen that in women.
Okay.
Where you see people saying that, men has been terrible in the past. They left. I have seen men.
All men are bad.
Who have seen beautiful wives and then they left them. I hear someone saying stuff like, I will never do anything in collaboration with my husband as per buying property. I will do my thing. They want to be in a marriage, but they want to be there by themselves. Such things, would you consider them as emotional trauma?
It's also emotional trauma. It's the impact of their past experience. Maybe their auntie, their sister, their mom. Maybe their mom experienced that with their dad, or her sister experienced that with her husband, and she's saying, all these men, they are the same.
Okay.
Me, I can never trust a man. I cannot trust any man with my property, with my belongings. That's why they say, women say, his money is our money, and my money is my money. The Bible says two shall become one in marriage. So when you're in a marriage, you should be there emotionally, physically, all in.
Yeah.
All in. When you are there, you're saying, my money is my money, his money is our money, or I cannot trust my husband, I cannot do this. Then, like you said, you are there alone. You're not fully into that kind of marriage. And that kind of marriage cannot be healthy.
No.
And it can have, impact too on the children. Because children see all of these things. You would think they don't see. Children see. It's because maybe it's I'm just saying, for instance, maybe it's our older sister who was well educated, and the rest of them were looking up to that this sister will be able to inspire the rest one way or another, maybe help them, maybe guide them, anyhow. And then this sister get married, and the husband just treat her so
terrible.
badly.
And these people are looking up to her with so much love.
So she won't be the only one that will be carrying that emotional wound.
I see.
All others who depend on her, all others who are connected to her one way or another will carry that wound too.
So we can say that people actually inherit other people's emotional
Yes, trauma is transgenerational. Yes, you can transfer your trauma to your children. Yeah. That's why people should be told that they shouldn't underestimate the role of therapy in life. Okay. People don't know all of these things until they come to therapy and they are helped, to put your finger on it. This is it. This is where I think this is the root of your problems. This is it. And then when you tell them, it's like their eyes, something was just removed from their eyes. The scales just dropped. Say, really? I think you're right. Just get in touch with a counselor, a therapist. There are therapists everywhere. I am one. So when you come, based on the information you're given, it's like we're doing investigation.
Okay.
Yes, because you start from your life. We want to know about your life, your family background, your family to your father, your grandfather, all of those things that are prevalent in your home, the things that you can see that before then, it wasn't that, very obvious to you until you are told to do this, do that. And then, I think you're right too. You are able to trace pattern, the blessings, the negatives in your family line. And you see that if I'm not careful, I might end up like this my uncle, or like that my auntie, or like my mom, or like my dad. Do you understand? And then we help you, find what your childhood tragedies are, your traumas as an adult.
Oh my God. There's this thing I want to ask. It's more like I just want to deviate a little. When my mom of blessed memory was alive, she would say stuff like, when you see a child that is angry about a particular thing a parent is doing, it's more like the child is likely going to repeat that same thing that parent is doing. Like, they really don't like it. They hate it so much. But it seemed like somehow it just plays back,
because
like
it's been downloaded into your system. You will not know when you will exhibit it. We're a product of our society. We're a product of our environment. We're a product of our family. You see people who notice that there is divorce. Divorce is prevalent in my family. Me, I'm going into marriage. I don't want to be divorced. I'm going to do all it takes not to divorce. And just such people end up getting divorced because they will repeat the same mistakes that the people before them did. It is not about being resolute alone. That is not going to happen to me. It's what are the steps that you're taking? What are the steps that you're taking that this thing will not happen to me? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Did you see the roles your sister play in her own marriage? Did you see the steps she took before going into marriage? Did you see all of those things? We just see things from the peripheral, from surface, and we draw conclusion. Like we always say, marriage is a whole lot of work. Marriage is work. When we see marriages that are working, marriages that are beautiful, we think it just happened like that. In the journey of life, people will offend one another. There's no perfect human being. Your husband is not perfect. Your wife is not perfect. So it is usually the expectations that people have before going into marriage that usually brings about issues and challenges in that marriage. You call it unmet expectations.
Okay, please. Does it mean that we shouldn't have expectations going into marriage?
Not that you shouldn't have expectations, but set realistic expectations for yourself.
Okay.
Do you understand? Realistic expectations. And let it be from your own angle, not from the angle of the person. Okay. Because it is from your side, you know how to do. You can do the work.
Okay.
Like you say, you're going into marriage. You said, I don't want my marriage to crash like my sister's marriage. I don't want my marriage to crash like my mom's. Okay, what are you going to do? You first of all try to find information from your sister or your mom. Okay. Why? What happened? Mom, what happened between you and dad? Sis, what happened between you and your husband? You learn from that, and then you try to know yourself. I always say to people that even before going into marriage, endeavor to know yourself. Know yourself. We don't know ourselves. We don't know ourselves. If you know yourself, and that can happen in place of therapy, you are able to know yourself. Therapy will bring the best out of you. Will lay it, open for you to see all of those things that you were not really, taking seriously before then. You just think it's just part of it.
Yeah.
You see some people, they are rude.
Okay.
They're rude. They just speak anyhow. It is because people have spoken anyhow to them. And that's the only way they can defend themselves. You have not seen set of people who they are playing, they think they are greeting and they'll be cursing themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. From the part of the world that I come from, you see them, hey, this is that. And they are not fighting. They're just greeting. Tomorrow now, the children sees that, the children continue. That one grows up, the another one continues. So we have to be able to break the pattern. If they are not told, the repercussions of all of these things, they will continue. They will continue. You have not seen some homes that you just see single parents, single fathers, baby mamas, baby daddies, no marriage, just lots of children born out of wedlock.
So they don't take marriage seriously. Even the children that are growing up don't think that
If you are not told the implication of all of those things, you end up like that. No matter how resolute you say to yourself, you end up. It requires work.
Okay, let's say that we have people that are dealing with emotional wound and they are not aware.
And they are not, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the things, like say maybe the symptoms, some things that you can really pick on that you
mostly is abuse, like I said earlier. It's abuse. It could be rape. A young girl that has been raped. Do you know boys are raped too?
Yes.
Boys are raped. Many boys will tell you they were disvirgin by their house help. Their maid, their mom's maid. Many girls were disvirgin by their father's drivers. These are the result of neglect that I mentioned earlier. And abuse can make people irritated, angry. And then when you experience tragic events around you, traumatic event, like you've gone through the war, do you understand? You saw bullets flying over your roof and you had to sleep under your bed just to save your life. That's how you hear knockout, Christmas fireworks, and you'll be shaking.
Yeah.
Those are the impacts. You said earlier, some people, they get married, they said, I'm not going to trust my... Those are...
I heard someone saying stuff like, I don't know if it's a mother or father that died, and then he became angry with God, feeling like, I know this person helps you.
It happened to me too.
Okay.
It happened to me. I was very angry with God when I lost my dad, when I lost my mom. I lost my own parent quite early. My dad died when I was like 13, 14 thereabouts. And 9 years later, my mom also died. And when my mom was sick, she was sick for a while before she eventually died. And I will always pray, Lord, you know I don't have a father. Please don't take my mom. You know I don't have a father. Please don't take my mom. That was all I could say in my prayers. And she died. I was very, very angry. I was angry.
Okay.
I was angry. My mom died in October. I didn't even go to church. So the watch night, my sister said, let's go to watch night service. And this, people, even go to church, they usually go. They want to say Happy New Year in church. And they were praying, Lord, we thank you. This year you preserved us, we didn't bury. I got up, I was angry. I just said, what happened? I said, did you not hear? They said they didn't bury. Did we not bury? So I was very angry. I stopped going to church. I stopped praying. See, this God that I said, please keep my mom, and he still took my mom. Like me, when I went into therapy, that's one of the issues I was dealing with that I didn't know I was dealing with. When I was in therapy, it was like 20-something years after my mom died.
Okay.
And I was crying like my mom just died yesterday.
You mean that affected you for that long?
I didn't know that affected me for that long. I became very insensitive. When people tell me, hey, I lost my mom, I would say, the first thing I will ask, my mom died at 50. The first thing I will, how old is your mom? If she say 60, I say, oh, brother, thank God. If my mom died at 60, I say, maybe she'll still be alive now. If she said, that was maybe like 4 or 5 years after, I say, if my mom died at 50, she'll still be alive now. If it was like 10-15 years after, and you tell me your mom is 65, I say, you better thank God. If my mom says she's 65, maybe she'll just be dying yesterday or so cruel and insensitive.
Like that's all you could think of.
That's what I could think
Oh
of.
my God.
I was always looking at it from my own angle. How about me that my own mom died a long time ago? Do you know? And I see God as being partial. And I will see people who will have, they will have father, they will have mother, they will have grandmother, grandfather. I say, wait, what's my own offense? Like me, I didn't know any of my grandparents. I didn't know my maternal, my paternal, my father, my grandparents. I didn't know. And then my parents didn't last. These are one of the things that I was able to trace from my own family tree. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it helps me to look after myself, to take care of myself, not to live a careless life, so that I don't end up like people ahead of me. I know that, because of where I come from, I have a very high chance of dying early. And I don't want to die early. Prayer helps. Therapy helps. Information helps.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So when you're able to, to know where you're coming from, you'll be able to determine where you're going. People don't know where they're coming from,
That's the
so
thing.
they can't tell where they're going to.
This knowing where you're coming from is so important, but
Very, very important.
I think, like, I don't know if people even think of that, because sometimes we look like all things are passed away, all things have become new. I've gone now, I've gone. You understand? So, but it seems like we are still connected until you intentionally detach from.
They see a professional and nudge them towards that. Have you thought of it this way? Have you thought of this? Have you seen this? Have you considered this? Have you considered that this and that might be the reason why this and that is happening? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So everybody can benefit from therapy. Everybody can benefit. Your therapist, your counselor will tell you the truth that your family members cannot tell you.
Okay.
You'll be angry at first. Like I always say to people, when you are told the truth, you may not like it, but your personal space, when you ruminate over it, you will see where your faults are, where you need to take corrections, where you need to amend. Like they say, we can't continue to do things the same way and expect a different result.
Yeah.
If you keep doing things the same way, nothing will change.
So now, if you after you have known what is wrong with you, is that going to be like the first step towards healing?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Like people do band-aid. If you like the wound I saw the other time, when such thing happen, they quickly put clothes, they tie it so that they will stop the bleeding. Okay, let me not talk about the one that is as deep as that. Some wound they will put iodine for you. They will put plaster quickly. Even with that example too, just to stop the bleeding, that is band-aid. That is not treatment. When you are going through treatment, you feel serious pain, even much more than when it happened, because the wound will be opened up. They will put tissue paper inside it, remove all the blood, all the dead cells and all of that, so that new cells can begin to grow, and then healing will take place. Those are the things that happen in therapy. That's why people come to therapy and they are crying. People come to therapy, they mention issues of 25 years ago, and it seems like it just happened yesterday. Yeah.
So does it mean that a wound cannot heal until it's addressed?
Yes, that's what it means.
Okay. So that thing we used to believe about time heals. A lot of people believe that just let it go with time.
Yeah.
Time.
That's what people say. They say time heals all wounds. Time will heal, but it's when you come to terms with it that you realize that it has not really healed.
Because time might make you forget it, but you begin to behave in a pattern or in a way that wound has started up for you, without even knowing it.
Wow. Like me now, I thought I'm healed now, that I moved past my mom's death. But I found out that apart from the fact that I become insensitive to people who were bereaved and all of that, I found out that if I just see anything that has to do with mother like this, I will cry. I'll feel bad.
Okay.
I'll feel bad. I had a neighbor sometimes who was buying fabrics. I was saying to her sister, I said, we'll give this to Mama. Mama, this one will fit Mama. This is true. They need to buy one. And I went upstairs and I started crying. And I was saying to myself, look at you. Who is your own mother that you buy a path for now? Do you understand? This is that I'm saying to you now. If it were before, I will become very emotional. I become very emotional. I won't be able to deal with it.
Okay.
You don't just mention anything about my mom where I am. You know, it was hurting. I was really hurting. I felt my mom was shortchanged, that she didn't wait to reap the fruit of her labor. You know, so it was very painful. But then
Okay, but maybe because
God
of
is the ultimate healer. He can heal
yes,
us.
yes. So because of the age, or do you even believe that at any point you would, if it had happened at any point, it would have been easier for you?
I think so.
Okay.
It would have been easier, you know. Like they say in my own place, that there's no matter how old your aged parents are, you don't want them to live.
Okay.
But if you know that they have lived up to certain level, and you'll be able to look after them just as they look after you too, you are happy.
Okay, so some of these emotional wounds are different for different people.
Exactly.
So your sister might not be feeling the same way you are feeling. She might have just accepted it and moved on. But for you, that was a point for you. And then for somebody else, it might be something entirely different.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means it's about looking inwards all the time.
That's why you need therapy.
Yeah.
In therapy sessions, all of these are brought to the fore.
So now
I have seen people who come for therapy thinking that they want to help people.
Yes.
They find out that they need help themselves.
Okay.
Do you understand? You think, let me do this because I want to help people.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you find out you need help yourself. That's why I was saying earlier that everybody can benefit from therapy.
It's like there are wounds in your heart that you don't even know they are there. So maybe by the questions a therapist will ask you, that's how you even understand that these things could be.
All of those things will come out.
Okay.
All of those things will come out.
Okay.
You know, like this case of discipline children.
Yeah.
People say that is a normal thing. People who don't beat their children, they say you are pampering them, you're spoiling them. But no, I'm not saying children should not be beaten, but not every small thing. Bam, every bam. No, you talk to them, talk to children sometimes too.
How does this therapy thing align with the word of God? Because like this beating of children, personally, I used to feel like, oh, this part of the Bible that says spare the rod and you spare the child, so it gives you the morale. If you have the cane, use it. Don't spare it. You know, what is the balance? Where should we be able to draw the line?
You know, the Bible says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." In therapy, you learn a lot of things. You know, it's not hospital where they will heal you of your headache. They only bring your issues to the fore for you. And then when you see all of these things, you are taught skills, communication skills, you know, ways to manage your life. If you were doing it like this before, why not try it like this? And then you begin to see different results.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So that you mentioned adult therapy, you know, aligned with the word of God. The Bible says, confess your sins one to another. You know, there are things, every one of us, we have a past.
Yes.
Yes, every one of us. There are things that you have done in the past that nobody knows. And you carry that guilt and it is negative. And you carry that guilt in your heart. And it's a burden. Shame too. It's like a bondage. When you carry shame and you are not ready to share it. I'm not saying you should go to the mountain top and shout it, I did this, I did that, or go to NTA and begin to shout, I did this, I cheated on my husband, or I slept with my sister's husband, or I knew armed robbers were coming to my house but I didn't say. And then eventually they came, someone lost his or her life in the course of it. You know, all those kind of guilt. Guilt can come in different ways. Or you know, you could have helped someone and you didn't do that, and it's, you know, it resulted in a very tragic experience. You carry it in your head and you feel guilty. I can't share it. But when you come to safe space like that,
you can get healing.
Yes, you can let it go.
Yeah. So it's very important for people to share it, come to therapy, share in a very safe space. Yeah. Now, after you have shared in that safe space, is it still necessary in a case where it involved someone, maybe the guilt was as a result of something you did that had hurt somebody, is it still necessary to share it with that person if they are still alive, and maybe confession would help them too? Is it still necessary to share with them?
Yes, to a large extent it is, if they're still alive. That's where reconciliation, forgiveness and reconciliation comes in.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now you know better, and now you're admitting your fault, not that you're running away from it. In our own kind of practice, we encourage reconciliation letter. You write letter and you state all those areas, where you hurt that person. I hurt you when I did this and that to you. I hurt you when I could have helped you and I didn't. I hurt you when I did this, when I did that. And then the person said might have even forgotten, or might just be suspecting, I think this person knows something about it, or might actually even know that you are the one that is responsible. Do you know how the person might feel angry, but in the long run he will feel better that this person is acknowledging the fact that he has hurt me and is asking for forgiveness and is apologizing.
What if
it may not be automatic?
What if it's in a case whereby, let's say somebody you have accidentally killed a family member that even left them traumatized for years, and if you come up with that, they're going to go back to jail. What would therapy recommend?
Therapy will still recommend that you write such letter of reconciliation, or you seek help from matured people around who can help, prepare the ground for you before actually going there. But really, there's no other solution to it.
Have to reconcile.
Than to own up to your faults, the part you played in the tragedy, and then we believe that everybody has a part to play in any tragedy. We have what we call a tragic triangle. There is the perpetrator, there is the victim, and there is the observer. And we believe that there is no innocent bystander.
Okay.
Even you that you are the victim of any tragic experience or any traumatic experience, you have contributed one way or another. Do you understand? Like, so a young girl who is raped, where were you going to? How did you dress? Do you understand? Did you draw the lines? Did you set boundaries? Some people that are so playful, they don't set boundary. It's not the very first day someone who rapes you meets you that he will rape you, except it's armed robbery incident. People who rapes people are usually familiar people.
Okay.
They are family members, they are family friends, they are neighbors, they are friends. That person would have been showing you sign that that this person is going beyond his bounds. Should have set the boundaries.
Yeah, but I think that particular part, I think is one conversation that a lot of us are not ready to have. That part where
your own part that
you played. Exactly. A lot of us are like, this, especially when it comes to rape, it's like it doesn't matter whatever is happening. So what you're saying is that it's not that everybody has a part to play, and for your own protection, not because the person who has done you that, who has raped you, is an innocent person.
The person who raped you might get the larger percentage. Might get like 80%.
Might be the one to go to jail, might suffer death or whatever. But
and then there are observers too, people who were around, who saw the way it's going, who are older, who could have checked the bar and said, this person is too young for you, or this person, the kind of play you are having with this person, I think is too much, or tell the girl, no, I don't think you should, be too close and make yourself too vulnerable before men like that. People who should have caution. I have seen people who say, I didn't even see anybody to tell me that this thing that I'm doing is bad or is wrong. I didn't even see anyone to caution me. I was just living my life.
Wow.
So those are the observers who could have done something but didn't do.
On this observing thing, I really like for you to say something, because I remember that when we were growing up, it was a lot easier for another person to take responsibility of another person. Take, if it was a child, you're doing something, people can easily, even, I think it still affects me these days, because if I, especially when I see school children, maybe I'm going for school run, I will see some children, like the other day I saw a child sitting just beside the main road. I had to stop the car to say, what are you doing? Go home. In my mind, your parent is expecting you home. What are you doing here? But the child had to say, oh, we're waiting for someone else. The bag is here, But it's just like these days, we want to all act like it does not, it's not my business.
You have done well. You have actually done well. Yeah.
Because I like you to highlight the fact that eventually you're an observer. You might not have
contributed one way or another.
So you have a part to play. Everybody's business is everybody's business.
Exactly. Because at the end of it, we'll all give account before our God.
Yeah.
We'll give account.
Because some people can tell you when something happens, they will say, I knew it. They knew it. They started suspecting from the first time this person visited. They can even give you details of how this thing. Yes, under their nose that thing happened.
Yeah.
Hush.
There are no innocent bystanders.
So everybody has got a part to play to save another person.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. I think this one is clear. I think we should not all exempt ourselves. It's their bad day. Just know that it's your business. So one way or the other, it will come around.
You are saving a life.
Yeah.
You are saving a life, and saving a life doesn't necessarily mean saving the person from dying. Do you understand? When you save a life, you might be saving the person's future for all you care. Some people have been raped and they could not face the shame that comes from the pregnancy that came out of that rape, and they want to go and do abortion. They do abortion, they die. They kill another innocent soul. That's chain reaction. Someone came rape you, that's one tragedy on its own. You got pregnant out of rape, that's a tragedy. They decided to go do abortion, that's a tragedy. People see abortion as fetus. You are just removing a fetus. It is life. It's a baby. You're removing a baby. You remove that one, you kill another child. Then because of that, you lose your own life. Imagine. Comes chain reaction.
And one person saying,
as a result of
no, could have even saved the situation. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow, it's just a lot, but I really hope that we can make, we can take it from there, and everybody do their own part.
Yes, now, let's all play our own part.
Let's play our part. Now, when you go through all of this, when someone is healed, what does true healing looks like from a biblical and psychological perspective? What would you say that this person used to be this, and now this is the after? What does it look like?
Like the Bible says that if any man be in Christ, is a new creature. All things have passed away. And I said earlier that the Bible says, be ye transformed. By the time you're transformed, the word of God is transformative. By the time you're transformed, you are renewed, and then you become a different person. Like me now, I don't do all of those things again. I am not that insensitive to people's plight anymore. So it means I have seen my wrongs. They have helped me to put a name to it. This is where it's coming from. And now I know that by so doing, I'm hurting others too. I have also become a perpetrator. We believe that hurt people.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Victims eventually becomes perpetrator. A good example that I always cite is boarding schools. When you come in as junior, you see them, go and do this, go and do that, lay down there, raise your head, raise your hand. They're punishing you. And then you are waiting for the time that you become the senior too.
Yes.
You are going to show another junior even much more than what they were showing to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You were once a victim. Now you are the one. And now you are the one perpetrating the same evil.
Does that even happen?
Trauma is transgenerational. Wow. People transfer it. They don't know.
Wow.
They don't know. That's why you see children of nowadays, they will tell you, oh, my mental health. And people laugh at them. They make fun of all of those things. Because they couldn't deal with the things that our own generation dealt with. It is our own time that your parents will be beating you. They will tell you, don't cry. You are beating a child. Say, if I hear it, and the child want to go bottling it up. By the time the child is going to explode, it's going to turn to maladaptive behavior, abnormal behavior. You see that small thing, you hit somebody. You see someone who want to kill cockroach, go and carry big thing because of what? You know, they do excessively. They overreact. Those are the impacts of all of those things. You see Oyibo children say, look at them, because they are loved, they are pampered, they are cared for. That's the only language they know. To love, to care. And here, abuse, baga. That's the only language you hear. You see a mother. I remember I used to say to my children, don't climb that thing. No. Don't climb that. If you climb, the first thing I will do is to beat you. And I will do that.
Okay.
A child who climbs, maybe you know. I will say, maybe you know that I will still beat you if you fall from that place. And children will be children now. Children they will still climb it. And the moment it's landing like this, me and coming with slap too.
Okay.
I didn't know much then.
So that's an effect of emotional wound.
Yes, now that's what I was. That's what I knew.
How to raise a child.
That's what I knew. It's all I knew. To beat a child, to listen. Therapy also makes you better parents. You learn parenting skills. You know, you identify the things that were done to you that didn't really help you. You might, because of ignorance, you might think it helped you, but you find out that it didn't help you. You will not do it to your children.
Okay.
Do you understand? Parents who will insist my child must become a doctor. So this big hospital that I built now, who is going to inherit it? Who's going to take over from it? It's a family business. You understand? You must, and the child want to sing, or the child want to act, or the child want to be a psychologist, and you're belittling it. That nonsense. How can any child of mine say you want to sing, want to be, if you are not, back in the day, if you are not a lawyer, you're not an engineer, you're not a doctor, you're not a pharmacist, you're nowhere.
You're floating.
In my own time, we would even laugh at you. It's only psychology. If you say if they hear you got admission to university, the first thing they say, I hope you are not one of those studying philosophy, psychology, anthropology, and all those nonsense. They begin to laugh at you. How can you be confident? They have first of all taken away your confidence.
Oh my God.
And you're coming from a victim stand. When you get to a place and they said people should introduce themselves, the first word is to say, I am barrister so thing, and then I say I am doctor so thing, and then I say, and then you study.
I think those courses were really
sociology.
Introduction.
I say, and then you see, here will I now introduce myself here.
You don't even know what to call yourself, psychologist.
Do you understand?
You mentioned the way you usually respond to your kids when they were younger. At that time, you were not like this. You didn't know what you know now. Let's even flip it. If it were now, with all the information you had, and the child being a child, I can tell you as a mother of toddler, I have young children, it can be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it can really be draining.
Very frustrating.
Yes, sometimes you are literally losing your mind. Sometimes I ask myself, when they're asking us to take care of children, they even consider you. Who is caring for you? Because sometimes, like, you're losing yourself doing all of that, and we want everybody to be fine, but it seems like you are not fine. So how would you do it differently, considering that you also need some break, you need some calm in your own self, and you're warning this child, don't climb, and the child goes ahead to climb? What would you do differently now?
You will, first of all, you come to terms with the fact that children will always be children.
Okay.
The fact that you beat the child today doesn't mean he's not going to climb that thing tomorrow.
Okay.
Have you not experienced that in your parenting? Have you not experienced the same thing? You beat him not today, he'll go back there and do it tomorrow.
So that beating is just like a waste of beating.
It's abuse. You're just abusing the poor boy. If you have a child that cannot jump up and down, you'll be carrying that child from one place to another.
That's true.
If your own child cannot jump and is in the midst of other children who are jumping, playing, doing this, and you, God forbid, he has challenges with his leg, or is not one challenge or the other, you feel bad. That look at other children jumping up and down, my own cannot jump, and then the one that can jump, we are beating. Do you understand?
Yes.
You come to the terms with the fact that children will always be children. That's why in primary school, nursery school, they have playground. They even have sandy area. That children will put sand on their head, they do all of that. And then they come back and say, what happened to you? You see their school bag full of sand. That's a child for you. It will get to a point, he won't do that. You can't tell a 10-year-old now to go and play in the sand. He will outgrow it. They will beat children, eat. A child that is not hungry. You know, my younger son didn't like food when he was small. So fortunately, you know, it was, you know, at the time that I was coming out of that I did therapy. So I learned that if he's not hungry, you don't force him now. When he's hungry, he will ask for food. A child who is hungry will ask for food. Yeah. But because we always, as parents, we always want to do things our own way. Forget not considering the child's emotions too. Yeah. Why would you beat a child to eat? Me, my father beat me to eat. Oh yeah, eat. What can you not eat? Where will you have the energy? This is that.
As if you're the one asking. If I need energy, I will know now.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my God.
If I need energy, I will know. If I'm tired, I cannot get. If I'm thirsty, I know how to go and get water. When I'm hungry, I will ask. I am hungry.
Don't think but parents, you know, but in a case where you know that, like a child, some children, like I would say, my child, sometimes you just leave the kitchen. Maybe something is happening, they are distracted. They say, come on, they say, I'm not hungry. And then minutes later, they are coming to say, Mommy, I want food. Like, I have other things I'm doing. I'm not.
Put the food somewhere. Cover it.
Okay.
Do you understand? Yeah. Put the food somewhere. Cover it. Make sure you have stuff in the fridge that they can quickly take and eat. When you're hungry, go and take your food. Don't say, everybody's ready to eat now. John, you too, you must eat. Come here, everybody is eating. My son, as old as he is now, he will still leave his food on the dining when everybody is done. Whenever he is ready, you come and eat it. Okay. People who are not familiar with our home say, somebody left food sitting. Everybody have even forgotten that this one is still there. We know. It's not strange to us. We know that is his style. Whenever he's hungry, he will eat. Even wake up in the night to make noodles and eat. That's his style. You know, people change. Yeah. You had grown such things.
And it's not like that.
Have you not seen even your own life? You say, you know, there was a time I used to be like this. Nah, I don't do all of this thing. Abi?
And it's not like it's a damaging situation.
It's
even
not.
If he doesn't want to eat, it's fine.
In aspect that it's not going to affect his future in any way. It's not drug addiction. It's not that he's not studying when he's supposed to be studying. It's not that it's any negative thing. Children playing. Just tell the person, if you hit your head, you can look for people with bandage online. Picture of terrible accidents. Do you want to be like this? If you continue jumping from this high place down, you can be like this. So then he begins to question himself, because beating does not make a child heal. Doesn't.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Talking about your son, I know your son is a producer, and then coming from a background where
my older son.
Okay. Coming from a place where everything that mattered was law, medicine, engineering, and all. How did you respond to the fact that this guy is not considering law? He's not even considering medicine. He wants to become a producer. What was it like for you?
Well, because of the information I have, and because our own age, our time, they did all of that to us, I will know the impact of it. Yeah. So I didn't really pursue that, even though I would have loved for him to do other things. But even recently, I was telling him that, do you know that this music that you're doing, your dad once told me that whenever you come to his room and he's playing music, you will stay, you will not leave. Whenever he sees me, when he was young, like 3, 4, 5, whenever he hears music like this, he will stay put there.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine taking that.
And I told him, he said he didn't even know. It was, when we had this, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I said, do you know, Daddy used to tell me that this boy likes music. If he comes to my room and he sees that I'm playing music, he will stay. He will go to the system and be turning it and all of that. And now, it's not a surprise. Things that I will not hear, he will come and play beat to me, say, Mommy, can you hear this? Just for him to feel good. I'll say, yes. I didn't hear anything. He hears everything. You say, do you know why Ashake is that, that? It's because he has this so thing in his, this. He said, he will play. This, can you hear? Can you? I said, yes. I did not hear. But he said his ears, he said to me, his ears is very sharp. That he hears things that people cannot. Okay. A lot of people.
To imagine forcing him
to go and do other things. How frustrated he will be. Do you understand?
Wow. Let's quickly go back to where we came from. Okay. So please, many Christians believe that prayer fixes everything.
Say that again.
Many Christians believe that prayer fixes everything. Why prayer is very powerful, and we agree. What are other steps that you would recommend for someone who wants to heal emotionally before marriage?
We talked about therapy. We talk about seeking information. Endeavor to know the family you're going into. Back in the day, way back, when there is going to be a marriage, they will send representative to that person's village or family. They will be monitored, they'll be studying them, they will ask questions around what's common with this family, are they good people, are they this, are they that, And sometimes when they go for those kind of investigations, that place, their father, they fight a lot too. Their father is very wicked. If you offend him like this, he will make sure he punish you. They say, you can't go to this family. This family is not where we want you to marry into. But nowadays, people don't do that again. People don't do that.
Yeah.
That's why marriages last back in the mainly.
I think part of it because it's like
they take the necessary steps before going into it. People just wake up nowadays and
some even married. You now hear that your relation in another place has even married there. Yeah. They don't even bother to get to the roots anymore.
Yeah. So investigation is key. Just like you are trying to find yourself, knowing yourself, how your past has affected you and has contributed to who or whatever you are now. You also need to know the place you're going into. So If you in your own house, your marriages last. Yeah. Marriages endure your own family. And then you want to marry a girl. In the course of you finding out, making inquiries, you find out that marriage don't last in this way. There's a chance that your marriage might not last. It might not be from your own side. And your own side can also rub off on her if she is able to do all those investigations about herself too. And find out that in my house, I think marriage don't last. But this man I'm marrying to, married last day. And I want my own marriage to last. Okay. Those little things that people don't take seriously, they matter, Those things, matter. It matters a lot.
Okay, ma. I want you to speak on the role of forgiveness. When it comes to this healing process.
Forgiveness is powerful.
But healing yourself,
forgiving yourself. Yes, exactly. Thank you for that. Yeah. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others. It is said that when you hold on to hurt, you hold on to grudge, you are imprisoning yourself. Do you understand? When you forgive people, you are not doing those people that much of a good. You are doing yourself a whole lot of good.
Really?
Yeah. Being forgiving helps you who is forgiven much more than the person who hurt you. Because sometimes someone hurt you, doesn't even know that he has hurt you.
That's true.
Just moved on. Yeah. But you are still holding on to it. And then when you now say to the person, so time you did this and that to me, and I've held you in my heart, I forgive you now. You say, that's just moving on in his life. But you that, you've heard someone, or you've come to therapy, or you've, have information about the importance of forgiveness, and then you decide to let go of all the hurts and try to live your life differently now. You feel better. Forgiving the unforgiven.
Yeah.
There are things that people deem as this is unforgivable.
Yeah.
No, this is unforgivable. There's nothing that is unforgivable. You might not forget immediately, but as time goes on, you learn to forget. They'll say forgive and forget. I can forgive you, but I can never forget. Yeah, you can forget. That's where prayer comes in.
Yeah.
Ask God to help me forget. I have actually forgiven this person. Okay. Father, heal me.
Yes.
Let me forget. Okay. Let me move on. Let me not see that person and begin to feel uncomfortable again. The person itself did not even know that you have such grudge against him or her.
That's true.
So for forgiveness is, even though the Bible preached it, Jesus Christ said it. It's for our own good, for our mental health,
I like you
for our wellness.
Yeah, thank you, ma. I'd like you to speak on something. There are people who enter marriage relationship believing that their spouses will help them heal. Now, these are like people who have identified that something is wrong, but maybe in a wrong way. I would say in a wrong way. Let's say someone who was jilted, they quickly looking for another relationship, believing that once I get into this marriage, everything is going to be good. And how is this? I want you to speak on how dangerous that expectation can be when something, you feel something, but you believe that once I get into this relationship, I just let me focus on getting this person to marry me. Once I'm married, everything will be fine.
It's a very, very wrong notion. It's a very, very dangerous belief to think that marriage will heal you. Marriage will do this, do that for you. No. You have to be whole yourself before you go into a marriage. It's just a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That man you're rushing into another marriage to, or that woman you're rushing into another marriage to, is going to be a victim in your hands.
Okay.
Because you are still carrying your emotional wound. It hasn't been addressed. You have not healed from it. You have not helped yourself to move past it. I just running straight into another relationship. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. It's risky for you and for the person.
You should seek healing.
Have you not seen people who have divorced 2-3 times?
Yes. Yes.
Why? Because they have not dealt with their issues. It's still recurring.
So even probably the first spouse might not even be the problem.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Might not, because we cannot relate her. Exactly. So it's like that. People should take the matter of emotions, psychological issues more seriously.
Before we bring this to a close, I'd like to ask this one. You find that there are some people who may have gone through things. And even the church, when it comes to marriage, their families are encouraging them to get married. It seems like we're completely closing our eyes to the fact that this person might be dealing with some emotional wound, and we just want them to, I don't know if that we're doing that for ourselves, to feel okay, to feel that none of my child is still at home, or to feel as a church that my young people are getting married, or are we doing it for the person? But I want to say, how can the church and parents support young people who needs emotional healing as opposed to just rushing them to get married?
Church themselves, they need help in areas of emotional issues.
Yeah.
So that's why we talked about transferring those emotional damage to another, because you don't know better yourself.
Yeah.
Someone have marriage issues, you are telling her, go and buy beautiful lingeries, go and have your bath at night, look sexy. That's scratching the surface.
No, there is no connection.
Is that the cause of the issue? What's the root cause? What is responsible? Sex doesn't fix everything.
Yeah.
Sex doesn't. People have sex without emotional connection at all. They just have sex and they move on. So people need to be told to come to terms with their issues. Yeah. Like you said earlier, what's the motive? What's the motive behind parents pushing their children, go and get married? All your mates are married. Some would even say, you know how many weddings I have attended? They must buy my own ashwebi too. Is it your marriage? Young people get married, so you see more of parent friends than the bride and the groom's friend.
The parents will get over uniforms.
They will take over the
they will change the clothes. All those.
They see it as their own day of joy too, and there's nothing wrong in that. In as much as we are sensitive to those who are involved, we are sensitive to their feelings too. Don't understand? It's not about I just want to be married. Marriage is a big deal. It's a whole lot.
But like something you mentioned here, I want to talk about. You say like people having marriage issues, and you're hearing somebody say, "Go and buy dress up for your husband." This is a common thing where you have maybe women complain about something their husband is doing, and you are hearing stuff like, oh, maybe you're not giving him sex enough, or maybe you're not dressing
Maybe
well.
maybe you're not submissive.
Look at, yes, maybe you're not submissive. Maybe look at the way other people in his office, how they are. You know, are you saying that is not a good advice?
You don't give advice. If you go to the hospital and say you are sick, what do they do first?
They give you
They test you.
examination.
They test you.
Yeah.
When they now find out what is wrong with you, they now treat that thing that is wrong with you. You have not tested the person. It's like going to the hospital and the doctor will do that. You have temperature. You have headache. Your body is pain. Okay, go and take an analgesic. Go and take paracetamol.
Okay.
You know those symptoms are also COVID-19 symptoms. It can be typhoid, it can be malaria, it can be COVID-19, it can be a whole lot. It can be anything. Yeah. And then someone tells you, Ma, I don't understand my husband though. There's nothing I do that is okay with him, or he's always complaining, always doing what is his favorite food? Pounded yam, pound yam. What's his favorite food? Egusi. Go and make fine egusi. Give him his, you know.
Oh my God. And he will take you.
And then the lady will go through all of those stress, pounding yam and making egusi and all of that, and the woman will just come and pass by the dining table and will not even look at it. And now you hate yourself, you know, despite all my effort, despite all my work. You didn't even look at it though. Is it food that is his problem? If you really want to eat pounded yam and correct egusi, there are many fantastic restaurants around. It's not food that will cause problem in marriage. If a man loves you, it's not because you cannot cook that you become problem. I have seen men who get married to women who could not cook before they come, and they teach the woman how to cook and the woman to learn.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because nobody is perfect. There's no one who is perfect. Where you are falling short in this area, some others is their own strength. Some others is their own weak point.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. This has been like so insightful. Thank you so much. I'd like you to say something, the last word, before we come to the end of this episode. I'd like to say something to someone out there who is going through emotional wound, who is thinking of marrying and might have some things that they need to heal. What would you say to them? What was the last thing? What are you going to leave as the last word before we come to an end?
Like I always say to people, before you go into marriage is a whole lot of work. Marriage is a big deal. Do you understand? Before you go into marriage, try to know yourself. I have seen people who come into therapy and they say, if I've known all of this that they are telling me now, I won't marry the man I married. Or if I've known all of this, I won't marry the time I married. Or if I've known all of this, I won't do this, I won't do that. So try to know yourself. Try to know yourself. And therapy can help you. Like I said, everybody can benefit from therapy. Have you not seen professionals who go to one-on-one shrink all the time? When you're overwhelmed, when you think you can't take it, you just, book a session with a shrink. Because we all need to unburden. The life itself is a challenge. Marriage, you're coming from a whole different place. Your wife is coming from a different family entirely. And I was sharing with them the other day about these intending couples that I counseled years back. And I can't remember the question I asked, and the guy said there's something that she does, that she will call me in the middle of the night and want to have a talk, have a conversation. Me, I am trying to get sleep. I'll be waking up early tomorrow morning to go to work. Who calls someone in the middle of the night to talk? It always pisses him off, but because his love stage now, you would overlook it. And she said, I didn't know that she didn't like it too. That in my house, when my father wants to sit serious talk to us, he will wake us up in the middle of the night. My father believed that is when we can hear and assimilate. My father believed that whenever he wakes us up in the middle of the night, we know that this is a serious matter. They are coming from different backgrounds. His own father doesn't do that. That is the language. That's the only thing the lady knows. And that's what she's exhibiting. And that one doesn't know that. Is that supposed to cause any trouble? No. Thank God the guy said that. And thank God she also has her own reason for doing that. He will understand. Oh, I get it. This is what you are used to. Oh, now I get it. You will want to take your sleep.
Yeah.
You need your sleep because you need to go to work tomorrow. As simple as that.
As simple as that.
So knowing yourself, knowing your partner, confirm that you're not carrying any baggage.
Yeah.
Those things that can easily beset us, those little foxes in the box. Know yourself and be willing to do the work. Be willing to do the work. Don't have that misconception that by the time I'm married, all is well. All these challenges that I'm going through now, by the time I'm married, some people even see it as escape route.
Yes. Yeah.
This trouble that my mom is giving me in the house, by the time I'm married, I'm my own madam in my own house. Who will be trying this nonsense with me? Na lie. The marriage you are going into comes with its own challenge too.
That's true.
Life is full of challenges. Life is full of challenges. I will take it one step at a time. Like I always say to my children, how many people have you seen that says I want to be an accountant? I don't like this primary school. I'm not going to go to primary school. By the time I'm 12, I'll just go to secondary school. Or I'll wait till I'm 17. I'll just enter university and go and study accounting. Is that possible? It's not. So you take it one step at a time. The step that you are in before getting married, handle that step.
Yeah.
Don't jump it and go straight into marriage. It will always take you back. There will be hurdles. A man of God shared his life story with us many years ago. How he didn't go to secondary school, but he's a BSc holder. Maybe family challenges and all of that prevented him from going to secondary. But because people see that this person is brilliant, this person is sharp, you can actually help yourself. So he bought GCE, that's external examination. He wrote like twice. Second time he passed. Wrote JAMB and got admission to university. He said he struggled. All of those simple mathematics formulas and all of that you require in the unit that people believe I should have learned all of this in secondary, started learning them. So don't jump the gun.
Okay.
Don't, except you are going into marriage for a different reason. If you are going into marriage to be happy, to have an enduring marriage, to have a true companion, to enjoy your marriage, do the right thing.
Do the right
thing. Help yourself. Help your spouse. Or is it your partner?
I believe a word is
enough for the wise.
Thank you so much, Ma, for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Thanks for the advice. Thank you for tuning into the Soluchi and CJ's podcast. We hope today's episode has blessed you and has sparked something real in your heart. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share to someone that may need it. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Instagram, or wherever you're watching this podcast. Until next time, stay rooted, stay real, and stay dwelling in God's love. Bye for now, and see you again.